Hello, welcome back. I'm Tanya from Tanya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you doing today? What a weekend. They fly. Does time fly? I know we've talked about this before, but it just seems like it flies. I really agree that we should have a 3-day weekend and a 4-day work week. I'm all for that. I'll even sign my kids up for a 4-day school day. I just think some people can't handle their kids at home, and that's why they want kindergarten to be full days and, school 5 days. And there's a lot of places that have just 4 days of school. I think 4 days at work would be great. Actually, I think guaranteed hours would be great. We have this one, it's kind of like just a offshoot, but they have a lot of employees that they just guarantee their hours. So if they're guaranteed 30 hours a week, if they don't make that 30 hours working, they get paid 30 hours a week. I'd love that. Pay me 30 hours a week, even if I don't work it. Nothing would get done. Nothing would get done. But anyway, I'm trying to keep these as short as possible so you can enjoy the soap video. This one is probably one of my favorites. I was ecstatic at how it turned out. I couldn't be more pleased. So 3 things: dream big, be true to you, you are worth it, and let's go check out the peppermint candy soap. Okay, and to the soap. Like I said, I am so pleased with how this turned out. I actually started way back in June. I think June, there were some companies that had fragrance sales, and I kind of jumped on them. I planned out, it took me, I'm glad they do it for the week, because I looked at all the Christmas scents and fall scents and did, and did a little research and decided which scents I wanted for my line. The fall one was mostly soaps. There wasn't really a whole lot. Maybe the apple cinnamon, but as far as the Christmas soaps, it was the whole Christmas line and all the Christmas things, and winter soaps and winter things. I think I called it winter because it kind of flows through, past the holidays and into January. But anyways, yeah, you're gonna have to put up with noise because my boys are playing Xbox and they are noisy. But there is nothing special in the lye water. It is just distilled water, and the fragrance is peppermint candy from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and we are doing this in the tall skinny mold. You want to know colors, which you cannot see until I pull them over, are of course Trial by Fire by Nurture's Homemade, or Nurture Soap, if you know it by that way. And also by them is Savage Garden. Now, I just love the Savage Garden green. And there are times when I forget, depending on the fragrance oil and the oil batch I'm using, it turns a kind of a blue-green instead of more of an evergreen. So technically, I probably should have used like Kelly green with some black oxide, or just a more of a green, but it's okay. I am totally not upset by that at all. So that is what I'm using. And if you want to know how much green and how much red I used, it's about 10% of the overall batter weight. Okay, so 10% was the green, 10% was red, the rest was all the titanium dioxide added to it. Okay, and so for the pour of this, it's going to be a double bowl swirl. I have no idea if what it is called. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what I call it. I call it a double bowl swirl. I am also going to reserve a little bit of the white to do some stars on top of the soap. Okay? Like decorative stars that you do on a cake, that type of thing. And the ratio for that, I used just under 10%, so maybe 8% is what I took off and reserved for the top of my bar. Okay, and now to give everything just one quick little swirl again to make sure I have all the mica incorporated into the soap. And then we're going to start pouring. So I basically do a bowl swirl with the green all in the same container. It's very simple. I'm sure you guys figured this all out already. Just to reserve a little bit for the top, which I really didn't need to. I'll tell you that right now. I did not need to because of what I was doing on top, but for whatever reason, I felt I needed to reserve some for the top. Oh, it's just one of those things, where you think it's all thought through, but you're not. It's not thought through. And then just repeating the same thing with the red in the bigger bowl. It doesn't matter what size bowl, as long as you have your ratio of the white color to the other color is a good ratio, depending on how you want it to turn out. You could do half and half, and it turns out really, super cool that way too. I just wanted less of the color and more of the white. And then basically all I do is I do a very basic drop swirl in the mold. See, this could really have a complicated, it probably has some complicated name. No, that's why I just call it a double bowl swirl. Should call it a double bowl drop swirl. Yeah, that would be even more accurate. And then in my notes, I could just put double bowl drop swirl, and then I would know exactly what I mean. But you basically just keep doing what you do. And do I worry about the thickness of it? Not really. I don't. I really don't. Not when I do it doubles. Like when I did the sweet orange chili, that one I really wanted to make sure my batter was a little on the thicker side. Not thick, but you know what I mean. Like where you put the spatula in it and it actually coats the spatula. It doesn't just all fall off. That type of thing. This was my master butter batch blend with cocoa butter. For being a butter batch, it sure retains its fluidity depending on the fragrance oil. Just so pleased with it. I just wish I could change it out because it's one of my pricier batters, but I guess it doesn't bother me that much because it's quality or quantity for me. Really, it is. So the top, like I said, I don't even know why I did the top. I think in the end I even actually put eco glitter on top. And that's what I mean by I don't even know what I was thinking at this point. Kind of spaced the whole, there's other things going on the top of this bar for sure. But anyway, so for the top, you want to make sure, like I said, this is one of those really fluid batters for me. And so I just took the little bit I had reserved and hit it with the immersion blender a few times for it to stiffen up, kind of bring it to a thicker trace with the immersion blender as best as I could. But I mean, I ended up waiting. I think I had all the dishes done and everything prepped, and it was just like, that's the only bad thing about this one is waiting for the top. And you could do a separate, I could have done a soap previously, which I don't think I did. Could have done a soap previously and then use that batter to let it set up, for an hour or two. I don't even know how long it took you guys, because it's still kind of running off the thing there. But yeah, so we'll go back to the top, and yeah, like I said, I put some eco glitter on it. I wasn't going to, and it was like Space Cadet here. So eco glitter on top and give it some swirlage, and it looked super cute. I really debated on just leaving it at that point, you know. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this is how I put my mold. It's on a heat pad actually underneath, and then it's against my frame with my two wood molds, holding it straight as possible. So it was really awkward to try and put the little stars on, and it did take quite a while. I did look, and I had all the dishes done and everything, waiting for that top to set up enough for me to oh my gosh, my voice, for for it to set up for me to even make stars. I mean, I really debated. I'm like, well, we could just put buttercream icing on top, it'll melt in the shower. I wouldn't do that, okay? But it was a fun thought. So big stars in the middle, little baby stars on the side of each bar. My mold is marked. You can see that on the right side of the mold. It has the little marks. They are starting to wear off, but I'm very impressed with how I've only marked them probably once for the balls, once for another time. So really, for all the times I wash it, it's funny that the mark is still on there, which is a bonus, seriously, because I really hate redoing the marks. But, so this is all I did. I just put the little stars on. And the top factor, these will dissolve in the shower. Do not eat them. Do not eat these wintergreen candies, because if you have any amount of soap on them, they will not taste like wintergreen candy. They will taste like soap. Yes, I'm sorry, I got my as in the camera way. I am so sorry. But yeah, these are seriously, you buy the big thing at Sam's with the, either their peppermint or their wintergreen, and we've had these for quite a few years. They're still my favorite. I like wintergreen over peppermint. I hardly ever say that because I love peppermint, but wintergreen has always been a yummy factor. And so I just put them on the top. I had a problem with a couple of them that did not stay, and so the next soap I made, I just took the bar and basically, glued it on with some more soap. Yep. And I did put more eco glitter because there wasn't enough eco glitter, here already. Kind of put some eco glitter and some snowflake sparkle mica from Brambleberry. That's probably the snowflake sparkle. Because it's gotta be a wow soap. If you look to the right, you can see the mica in the air. That's probably one of my favorite parts when putting mica on a soap, is you just kind of see the mica just, it's like dust particles, but it's all these glittery particles. They're so fun. They're so fun. And here it is. Look at that beauty. Isn't that great? Like I said, popped with the heat pad probably for an hour, and then I just shut the heat pad off and let it stay nice and toasty warm between those two wood molds and the heat pad. And like I said, I was super ecstatic with the way this turned out. Those are the end bars. The end bars have less swirlage, just because of the way I soap, But so cute. So absolutely adorable cute. The tops are so cute. They worked out to my advantage yeah, I was like, because this mold, so I can't take anything off the edges, like the edge when I do it this way, because it is literally probably a screw up on their part, but it's exactly 12 inches wide. There's no 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, so you can cut the edges. So on normal soaps, I got 11 bars. On these, I got 12, but they were a little higher, so, extra soap. But just look at them. I love the definition that the double bowl swirl gives. It's kind of like it's set there, it's in there, it just defines it. It doesn't makes it so much, like when you just do a single bowl swirl, sometimes it's very, well, I'm really bad about the thickness of the batter too when I do it. If it's too fluid, you just get a big mush of color like the end of that bar previously. But, otherwise, I just love the definition the two colors give to when pouring it. Here are the fragrance notes to these peppermint candy bars. And here are the bars right after I cut them. And here are the bars after they are set up and cured. Just a nice creamy color. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.